Once upon a time, in the heart of Igbo land, there was a vast and prosperous kingdom called Obidike. The land was blessed with fertile soil, clear rivers, and bountiful harvest. The people of Obidike were known for their hard work, wisdom, and deep respect for their tradition. The kingdom was ruled by a powerful king named Omekannaya, who had been on the throne for over 30 years. Omekannaya was a tall, imposing figure with broad shoulders and a commanding presence. Despite the many years he had ruled, he still looked remarkably young, as if he hadn't aged a day since he first ascended the throne. His skin was smooth, his hair was thick and black, and his eyes sparkled with the energies of youth. The people of Obdike admired him for his strength and wisdom, but they were also puzzled by his seemingly eternal youth. As the year passed, whispers began to spread throughout the kingdom. People wondered how it was possible for the king to remain so young, while others grew old and frail. Some say he had been blessed by the gods, while others believed he had found a secret potion or charm that kept him young. But no one dares to question the king directly, for he was known to be a man of great powers, and his word was real. In a small village, not far from the royal palace, there lived a young girl named Ada. Ada was bright and curious, with a strong sense of justice. She was the only child of her parents, who were farmers. They lived a simple life, working the land and raising their crops. Ada loved her village and the people in it, and she often spent her days helping her parents in the field or fetching water from the stream. One day, as Ada was praying near the village square, she noticed that the air was filled with a tense, uneasy silence. The women, who usually shouted and laughed as they walked, were speaking in their harsh tones, and the men had grave expressions on their faces. Ada's heart sank as she realized something was wrong. She ran home and found her mother, Nkechi, sitting quietly by the fire. Mama, Ada asked, what is happening? Why is everyone so quiet and worried? Nkechi looked at her daughter with sad eyes and sighed deeply. My child, she said, another girl has gone missing. This time it is Chinenye, the daughter of our neighbor, Mazuka. Ada gasped. Chinenye was just a year older than her, a lively girl who loved to dance and sing. The two had often prayed together, chasing each other around the village and sharing stories. How could she go missing? Ada asked, her voice trembling. Nkechi shook her head. No one knows, she replies. But it is the same as before. Every year, just before the harvest festival, a girl disappears. We never see them again. But where did they go? Adaeze asked, her mind racing with fear and confusion. Some say they are taken by spirits, Nkechi said softly. Others believe they are taken by wild animals in the forest. But no one knows for sure, and no one dares to speak too loudly about it. Ada was silent for a moment, her heart heavy with sadness for Chinenye and her family. But as the day passed, her sadness turned to anger. She could not understand why no one was doing anything to find the missing girls or stop whatever was happening. She decided that she would find out the truth, no matter what it took. A few weeks later, the harvest festival was approaching, and the village was buzzing with preparation. The festival was the most important event of the year, a time to give thanks to the gods for the bountiful harvest and to celebrate with music, dancing, and feasting. But beneath the excitement, there was an undercurrent of fear as people remembered the girls who had gone missing in the past. and worry about who might be the next. One evening, as Ada was preparing yam for dinner, she overheard her parents talking in a low voices. Her father, Okonkwo, was a tall, strong man with a deep voice, and he rarely spoke of things that troubled him. But tonight, there was a heaviness in his voice that made Ada's ear perk up. Nkechi, Okonkwo said, I have been thinking about the missing girls. I don't believe they were taken by spirits or wild animals. Nkechi looked at her husband with concern. What do you mean? She asked. Okonkwo hesitated for a moment, then lowered his voice even further. I believe the king is involved, he said. There are rumors that the king has been sacrificing this girl to some dark force in exchange for his youth. Ada's heart skipped a bit as she wrestled from the shadow. Could it be true? Could the king, the man everyone respected and admired, be responsible for the disappearance of the girls? Nkechi gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. How can you say such a thing? She whispered. If the king hear of this, we could all be in danger. I know, Konkwa replied, but I can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong. The king has ruled for so long, yet he looked as young as the day he became king. And every year, a girl goes missing just before the harvest festival. It can't be a coincidence. Ada could not stay silent any longer. She stepped out of the shadow and faced her parents. Papa, Mama, she said, if what you say is true, we must do something. We cannot let the king keep doing this. Her parents looked at her in shock. Ada, Nkechi said, you must not speak of this to anyone. It is too dangerous. But Mama, Ada insisted, we can't just sit back and do nothing. We have to find out the truth and stop the king. Okonkwo looked at his daughter with a mixture of pride and fear. Ada, he said, you are brave, but you are still a child. The king is powerful, and we are just simple villagers. What can we do against him? Ada was silent for a moment, thinking hard. Then an idea came to her. Papa, she said, what if I go to the palace as a servant? I can find out what the king is hiding. Nkechi gasped and shook her head. No, Ada, she said firmly. It is too dangerous. I will not let you put yourself in harm's way. But Okonkwo looked at his daughter with a thoughtful expression. Ada, he said slowly, if you are willing to take the risk, you may be our only hope. But you must be very careful. The king is not to be trusted. Nkechi looked at her husband in disbelief. Okonkwo, she said, you cannot be serious. Ada is just a child. I know, Okonkwo replied, but she is also brave and clever. If anyone can find out the truth, it is her. Ada looked at her parents with determination in her eyes. I will do it, she said. I will find out what the king is hiding and put an end to this. And so, with her parents' reluctant blessing, Ada set out for the palace the next day. She joined a group of other young girls who had been chosen to serve the king during the harvest festival. The journey to the palace was long and tiring, but Ada was determined to uncover the truth. When they arrived at the palace, Ada was amazed by the grandeur of the place. The walls were made of polished stone, and the floors were covered in fine mats. The air was filled with the scent of flowers and spices, and everywhere she looked, there were richly dressed servants and guards. But despite the beauty of the palace, Ada could not shake the feeling that something was very wrong. She noticed that the other girls looked nervous and scared, and the guards seemed on edge. Over the next few days, Ada worked hard, performing her duties with care and attention. She served the king his meals, cleaned the room, and tended to the gardens. But all the while, she kept her eyes and ears open, looking for any clue that might reveal the king's secret. She soon noticed that the king had a special room, hidden deep within the palace. It was always guarded by two stern-looking soldiers, and no one was allowed to enter except the king himself. Adaeze knew that whatever was in that room held the key to the king's suit and the mystery of the missing girls. One night, after the palace had gone quiet and everyone was asleep, Adaeze decided to take a risk. She had befriended one of the younger girls, a boy not much older than herself, who had grown fond of her. She had noticed that he always carried a set of keys, and she had carefully observed which key opened the door to the secret room. With a mixture of fear and determination, Ada waited until the girl was asleep. Then he carefully slipped the keys from his belt. She crept through the dark hallways, her heart pounding in her chest, until she reached the door of the secret room. Taking a deep breath, Ada inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The door cracked open, and she stepped inside. What she saw made her gasp. Inside, there was a large ancient shrine with strange carving on the walls. In the center of the room was a stone table, stained with something dark blood on the table. She found a small bottle filled with a glowing liquid. Adaeze realized that the king had been using the blood of the missing girls to make a potion that kept him young. The thought of it made her sick, but she knew she had to be strong. She took the bottle and hid it under her cloak, then quietly left the room. The next day, Ada went home and told her parents all that she saw in the palace. With the help of her parents, Ada went to the marketplace and spread the news about what she had discovered. The people of Obidike were shocked and angry. How could their king, the one they loved and trusted, do something so evil? They gathered in a large number and marched to the palace, demanding answer. When King Omekannaya heard the commotion outside, he realized that his secret was out. He tried to flee, but the people had surrounded the palace. They burst into the king's chamber and found him looking desperate and old. The magic of the potion was wearing off because he hadn't taken it that morning. The people brought the king to the village elders. The elders, wise and just, decided that Omekannaya should be stripped of his power and banished from the kingdom forever. The shrine was destroyed, and the palace was cleansed of all the dark magic. With the king gone, the people of Obdike rejoiced, and Ada hailed as a hero for her bravery. The missing girls were mourned, and the kingdom vowed never to let such evil happen again. Years passed, and Obidike became known as a land of peace and prosperity. A new king was chosen, one who ruled with fairness and kindness. Ada grew up to be a wise woman. Respected by all, she often told a story of how people, united and brave, had saved their kingdom from darkness. And so, Obidike flourished, and its people lived in harmony. The story reminded us that true power comes from justice and love, and not from dark and twisted power. What lesson do you learn from this story? Please comment, like, and share. And don't forget to subscribe. Watch out for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.